This being the first night of Passover, we always ask, why is this night different from all other nights? And in my case, it's not different at all because I didn't look at my calendar when I scheduled this. So, so I apologize to those of you who are not here or who had to rush back. But this is available, will be available on the YouTube link pretty much forever. So you can see it there anytime. But I don't want you to leave now that you're here. But if somebody asks you, that's where they can still see it. Okay. So someone also asked me if I was going to sing Dayenu, which means it would have been sufficient. It would have been enough. And so I wrote a whole bunch of verses, and I decided not to do them. But but if you want to sing Dayenu with me, I have a couple verses that have nothing to do with not being sufficient. It's just they're fun and they're appropriate. So. Though you are sitting far from here, my heart can feel that you are near. Far from here, but you are near. Dayenu, 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 Dayenu. Usually it doesn't work with people singing along, but now it's just around. The last verse is, if tonight you have a Seder, you can always watch this later. Have a Seder, watch this later. Dayenu, 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 Dayenu. And that is not on the album. It's a bonus track. So I'm just going to go through song by song, first to the 12th. So the first song, and I'm going to do a few songs that took different time periods to write. One of them took about 30 years. This one took less than 2 hours. And I was on vacation in Maine, and Johanna Halbeson posted in the People's Music listserv, who's going to write a song about little boxes? Because she had spent the whole week looking at what you're looking at right now. And usually I really do struggle with lyrics and take a long time. This one, within 2 hours, I had posted and gotten comments on. And it just kind of, I was ready, having been a school teacher for several months already online, and lived the life that we've all lived. So here's Little Boxes on Computers. Little boxes on computers, little boxes full of floating heads, little boxes, little boxes, little pictures with no frame. We've been trying to stay healthy with a total lack of leadership, just one blockhead to zoom in on to remember who to blame. And we try to pay attention, but we're busy counting nasal hairs on the boxes, little pictures with no frame. This is how we meet each other, and the world sees our messy living rooms, or the part that we just cleaned up, 'cause we have a sense of shame. And somebody's dog is barking, and her husband is in his underwear, and don't ask what she is wearing down below that missing frame. Someone else who left their sound on now is using the facilities, but thank God there is no video, just a gray box with their name. And we're Zooming every morning, and we're Zooming every afternoon. We're so busy getting dizzy, watching pictures with no frame. When this horror show is over, and again we're three-dimensional, we'll no longer be in boxes, but we'll never be the same.
Woo!
Thank you. That's our life for the last
Nice
year.
one.
This I wrote around I think I wrote it here. I can't remember ever. 2001. And in fact, I'm going to read you what I wrote on my album notes. As Pete Seeger moved into old age, he began increasingly to depend on his always eager live audience to support his flagging vocal abilities. In 2001, I wrote The Voice of Pete as an ode to his, quote, air quotes, voice, in the larger meaning of that word. Ever humble, he asked me not to sing the song, ever, until after he, quote, kicked the bucket. And I honored that request. But then, and I wrote, go on, when Pete was 94, that bucket went flying and slammed into us with a powerful and heart-rending force. And I'm sure a lot of you out there felt that, maybe most of you. So I adapted the song to reflect his passing, but also to affirm his continuing positive influence on many generations. And so that's what this is about. And I was lucky enough to get I think this is what I sent Jay Unger when I wanted him to play on the record, and he had really nice things to say about this, and then I have nice things to say about what he played on the violin on this, because he did a double violin thing, which is just phenomenal. I dreamed I heard Pete Seeger sing when he was 93. Says I, but Pete, you lost your voice. It never died, said he. It never died, said he. You used it up at concert halls and all those picket lines. Says Pete, I lost my vocal cords. My voice is doing fine. My voice is doing fine. Though some would say my voice has died, it's never been as strong as when it comes back amplified by those who sing along, by those who sing along. For I am like the shantyman who stands before the gale and helps us pull together so we all can raise the sail. We all can raise the sail. And just before my dream was o'er, he left me with these words: when what you sing comes from the heart, you always will be heard. You always will be heard. Now Pete is gone, but if you listen well, you'll surely hear his song, his hammer, and his bell still ringing loud and clear, still ringing loud and clear. Wisconsin down to Texas, California to Wall Street. When folks sing out for justice, then you'll hear the voice of Pete. You'll hear the voice of Pete. I dreamed I heard Pete Seeger sing when he was 93. Says I, but Pete, you lost your voice. It never died, said he. It never died, said he. If I had half an acre, I would build a little house with floors of terracotta and windows facing south. I would plant a garden full of food and flowers too. If I had half an acre, I would build a life with you. If I had half an acre, I would never ask for more than just to see you greet me when I walked in the door. I don't need a mansion with $1 million view. If I had half an acre, I would build a life with you. I would cook you breakfast and put the honey in your tea. Maybe we could raise some children to keep us company. What's the use of riches when you're living all alone? A pocket full of diamonds is just a pile of stones. Every day is a treasure when you have a love that's true. If I had half an acre, I would build a life with you. Every day is a treasure when you have a love that's true. If I had half an acre, I would build a life with you. So this song is called After the Fire, and I wrote it a year after 9/11 as a song of healing. After the fire, the tears fell like rain. Where tall trees had stood, there was nothing but pain. A forest of green was turned into ash. The world that we knew disappeared in a flash. After the fire, we gathered around, searching for signs of life on the ground. The earth looked so bare, as dead as can be, but something was there that nobody could see. Slowly a seed under our feet started to stir, woken up by the heat. It sent down a root to help it hold tight. It sent up a shoot to reach for the light. Seedlings will grow, trees will stand tall, so we'll always know how far they can fall. But nothing can kill the will to survive. After the fire, there is so much alive. Seedlings will grow, trees will stand tall, so we'll always know how far they can fall. But nothing can kill the will to survive. After the fire, there is so much alive. After the fire, there is so much alive. And that's the album We Shall Stay Here.